All right, Jet fans, we have breaking news. FSPN, Frankie from Flatbush. Breaking news in the world of college football as we come on the air on this Wednesday, December the 10th. The Michigan Wolverines have fired head coach Sherrone Moore. So, how does this affect the Jets, Frankie? Well, Michigan, one of the blue blood programs, one of the biggest programs in America. They fired their head coach late in the cycle. Who are they going to get to coach them? Brian Daboll? Kenny Dillingham? We don't know. They've got to have somebody in mind if they made this move. Maybe it's Daboll. Lord knows they got the money to do it. But, with a coaching change like this, do more of their guys come into the draft? Signing day's already over. The portal days coming up in January. So big news in the world of college football. Just when you thought the cycle was winding down, well, Michigan fires Sherrone Moore and says, "Get out of here." He was the one who followed up Harbaugh over there. Harbaugh got out of there just as soon as they were going to get fined and sanctioned and whatever happened to them after winning the Natty. In terms of cheating, the cheating that he did or didn't do, his staff did or didn't do, Connor Manalians, whatever. His name was, they took a fine, but they said, "We got a Natty," and Harbaugh said, "I'm out of here." And then Sherrone Moore got the job, and now he's out of there. So a lot of the Michigan men, perhaps upset, perhaps Adam Schefter, perhaps Dave Portnoy, perhaps all of the Michigan men who support that program, the rich ones, they said, "We want Sherrone Moore out of here. We want to get somebody else." Now, it'll be interesting to see who the heck they get. Wonder if there's any reaction in my college football list. The dismissal is for cause. Oh, what? According to Ross Dellinger, a reliable source on college football things, I forget who he works for, maybe Yahoo. Michigan has fired Sherrone Moore for a violation of university policy. Oh. The dismissal is for cause. A university investigation uncovered off-the-field transgressions. So he was transgressing. So very, very strange. All right. Wonder what that was all about. We'll get the details here shortly. So it wasn't a fact that the donors weren't happy with him and people weren't happy with him, even though they did go 9-3, but they did have a baby quarterback. They had an 18-year-old at quarterback, for God's sakes. But it wasn't just that. And they lost the game. The game. Very exciting. But not only that, they had some transgressions. Oh, no good. No good, Sherrone. What are you doing? Oh, so bad. You cannot have transgressions. That's not what you want. All right, so there you go. That's why it was, the timing would have been weird if they just chose to fire him because of, performance. Because it's so late in the cycle and everybody's all been hired everywhere, and they're all getting settled into their staffs and everything. So now it makes more sense. Okay, he did something wrong. God knows what it was. We'll find out. But that's why they're getting rid of him. And now where do they turn? Well, probably they have someone on staff. It'll probably be, I would think, it'll probably be one of his main assistants, right? I forget who Michigan has up there at the moment. Oh, Wink Martindale. Why doesn't Winky Dink take over, right? At least transitionally, they probably just hire Winky Dink. He's got a lot of coaching experience. Yeah, that's probably what they do. Oh, Winky Dink sitting right there. Former NFLer. All right, so that's the breaking news as we come on the air here on FSPN. This is FSPN, your trusted name in fake news, although we talk about real news as well. But we mostly talk about here is Jet stuff. Pete Thamel is now saying Biff Poggi is the interim coach. Not that I know who Biff Poggi is. UM has been terminated with cause effective immediately. Michigan said following university investigation, credible evidence was found. Oh, no. That Coach Moore engaged in an inappropriate relationship with a staff member. This just gets worse and worse. What are we doing, Mr. Moore? Oh, no. Inappropriate relationship with a staff member. So that means inappropriate would mean someone who reports to him. You know, if it was just somebody at the university, or that wouldn't be great, but it wouldn't be necessarily inappropriate. Inappropriate means somebody who reported to him, and then they got into a little relationship, and then that's not good. Oh, boy. Well, it just kept getting worse and worse. You feel bad for Sherrone, but listen. Now, that's what UM is saying. Maybe there's another side to the story. We don't know. But they're saying Biff Poggi, P-O-G-G-I, is the interim coach, according to Pete Thamel. So, I don't know who Biff Poggi is. Then again, I'm not exactly Josh Pate or one of these guys that, covers college all the time. All right. Well, I thought they would go with old Winky Dink. Him I know from the NFL, of course. Let's see if does it get any worse than Pete Nikos. Biff Poggi has been named the interim head coach for the Citrus Bowl. Well, you got to play the Citrus Bowl. Can't be not playing a bowl of citrus. All right. Well, listen. Maybe there's another side to the story. Maybe they got it wrong. I don't know, but you certainly cannot be engaging in any kind of relationships with inappropriate people. That's, what are you doing? And again, it could, I don't know, that's what University of Michigan's saying. His side of the story may be different. I don't know, but you would think the Michigan Wolverines are not really wanting to fire their head football coach at this point in time or any point in time. They're not just, doing this to do it. I mean, I don't think, not with the timing of this. I mean, if this were to happen, like like a month ago or something, and you say, okay, this is a little shady maybe because they did an investigation and the guy didn't live up to expectations performance-wise, but it wasn't terrible, so we don't really want to, so let's just, but no, at this point in time, you would not do this unless it was something bad, very bad. So you would think, anyway. This is all allegedly. We don't know. It's breaking news. You don't want to cast aspersions, but this is what's being reported by the reporters, including Adam Schefter, a Michigan man himself, Pete Thamel, Pete Nakos, all the Petes, Pete Thamel, Pete Nakos. So these are all credible reporters. And that is what they are reporting. Sherrone Moore, inappropriate relationship, fired. Get out of here. No bueno. No bueno. So the Michigan Wolverines go from cheating, but winning a natty and getting penalized, but, paying a fine basically, and firing Connor Stallions or whatever his name was, Connor Millions, and then having disappointing seasons, having a baby quarterback, this 18-year-old Underwood who might be good at some point, but he's 18 years old, and they lose the game, and they have 3-loss season and don't get into the playoffs, and now Sherrone Moore, inappropriate relationship, according to Michigan, and dismissal for cause. See you later. So, that's not good. Dave Portnoy and all the Michigan men are not going to be too happy about this one. But all the Ohio State people like Garrett Wilson and and all the receivers that come out of there, and Justin Fields and Josh Myers and all their rival probably laughing a little bit. Not too much because You don't want anything to happen to Sherrone Moore, but then again, if he engaged in a relationship, come on. But anyways, so that's breaking news.